Okay, so SF2 has a new patch, 1.3.1.2, a long name, but you know, it is what it is. And it's not a patch, it's a hotfix, meaning that there's no new content or anything, it's just all balanced patches and all that stuff. Right now I'm just gonna give you my opinion on some of the changes that they did and see if they're good or not. First, I'm gonna start off with the bug fixes because there were actually quite a bit, and that's probably what sparked this patch to come out, honestly. And then I'll go over the buffs that happened and then the nerfs that happened. And then lastly, I'll go over my overall opinion on the patch or hotfix, whatever, and we'll see if it's good or not. Okay, the biggest change that happened for this patch was the fix of the charge glitch. Well, if you don't know about this glitch, basically with some characters, if you charge their smash attack all the way and then used another one of their moves, it became way stronger. It might be confusing. You can watch my old video if you want to see it, but you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's gone and it needed to be gone. So on that, definitely a good decision on them. If they left that in, that'd be a huge mistake. And the next bug fix that happened was Fox and Falco's multi-shines actually like stacking and doing double damage for no reason. Again, really needed to be taken out the game. It was horrible. We don't need to see that ever again. Bye. Okay, on to the buffs. If I leave any out, it's probably because I don't think it's that important or whatever. Maybe it is down the line, but I'm just gonna go over what I think's big right now. Okay, first things first. Donkey Kong, one of the big characters who got nerfed, is now solid again. Not super broken like he used to be, thank God, but he's good. Something fun, not huge buff or anything, but dash attack, you can like roll off the ledge with it, but now you can cancel that into a jump, which can probably land some cool combos. Not a big change, but you know, a fun little one. However, the next one, neutral air, it went from 4 frames to 2 frames, which is huge for him. He used to have a really fast one, but then it got nerfed and nobody could use that move anymore, so bad, but now it's back to a little bit of its old glory. It's just like a fast get off me / combo move, and it can actually be used as that again, so that's pretty cool. Next, forward air got a pretty huge buff. The startup went from 12 frames to 11 frames, which doesn't sound like much, but it's pretty good. Basically, like, some of his confirms got easier and he can actually, you know, grab confirm into kills again, which is cool. And also the hitboxes changed, so it's also easier now. Overall, not the hugest change, but it actually ended up being pretty huge. Yeah, so overall, I'm happy with how DK turned out. I did not want him to be the god he was before, but now he just seems like a pretty solid, annoying character. You know, I'm fine with that. Okay, on to the next character. One of the other big nerfs that happened, Meta Knight, is now pretty good again. I think this is probably the biggest change of this patch. Honestly, I don't know what a lot of this means, but I'll just say it in layman's terms for everybody out there. Forward air is good again. It's actually connecting with itself again, and it's setting up for combos that it basically was just not doing before. People used to fall out of that and you could hardly even hit the move, it was so small. But, you know, it's bigger now and it's actually comboing. Very big. Up air also got changed. Again, the hitbox is much bigger, so you can actually land the attack now. And the same thing happened to down air. It's now bigger and you can actually hit it. Basically, Meta Knight's whole problem was he couldn't hit anybody because his moves are so small, so I'm glad to see that they fixed that. Super happy with Meta Knight. Everybody thought he was good and everybody knew he was good. He just lacked the range that he used to have, and that was pretty sad, so it left people kind of skewed, but now that he has range again, we can all agree that he's a pretty good character. There were a couple other buffs, but not super big to like name, like Sora's dash tag got a little better. Luigi can jump higher by a couple of points, I guess. Overall, not too big on the buffs this patch, but the 2 characters that were hugely buffed, I'm happy about. So now we'll talk about the nerfs, which were quite a bit more. One of the biggest ones is Falco, the quote-unquote #1 character for many people. His jump height and double jump height were both decreased. It wasn't decreased by a lot, but it's significant for Falco. He can't get to top plat without double jumping anymore, and maybe some combos are not possible due to this. It's a super interesting change because when I thought they were gonna nerf Falco, I thought they were gonna touch something stupid like laser or back air or something stupid, but they touched his jump. It's a complaint that I heard a couple people talk about, but not something I expected them to do. Overall, I'd say it's a healthy change. It's just gonna take a little bit to get used to. We can also probably agree Falco's not top 1 anymore. You may have thought Meta Knight got away with only buffs, but he actually did get nerfed. His side B doesn't grab the ledge when it ends as quickly anymore. This change is actually pretty big. His side B was one of the most annoying things to edgeguard, and now that you could just, you know, do a spike or something to edgeguard it, it's much worse. This means people are gonna have to actually use other moves besides just side B to recover, so I think it's a good change. Pikachu mains, I'm sorry this had to happen, but you know, it is how it is. Quick attack startup went from 5 frames to 7 frames, which isn't too significant, but it's stupid. Like, he already wasn't that great of a character and they nerfed him. I understand why they did it. They just saw JMax spamming it, so they were like, oh, let's nerf that. And that's cool. It removes some of the annoyance from the game. But if you're gonna do that, you have to buff him in another way. He's not a good character, so he needs something else. Like, add 1% on up air and we're chill. I don't know, that's just me. Overall, I'd say it's a good change, but they should have done something else. One of the biggest changes that was so necessary for this patch was on Samus. Her charge shot was a little bit too broken, I'm not gonna lie, but now it got nerfed and it's pretty decent. For being a move that's not too hard to land and it's easily comboed into, I'd say this is a good change. We did not need that thing doing that much knockback when you can combo into it. And that's pretty much all of the significant patch changes. Overall, I'd say the patch is interesting. If you look at it in a vacuum with just these characters, it looks pretty balanced. I'm pretty cool with this. But then you look at the grand scope of things and look at the people they didn't nerf. Let's just name, you know, 3 characters and let's see what's in common with them. Lloyd did not get changed. Ichigo did not get changed. Marth did not get changed. What do these 3 characters have in common? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's the fact that they all have swords. A lot of the counters to these characters were low-key nerfed, so I don't know. I feel like this meta is going to be all swordy based. Falco was a huge balancer and he's not gutted. We're going to have to see. Meta Knight is back and we don't know how that's going to be. Maybe that's another top swordy in the game. We don't know. I just feel like we're missing a few buffs on the characters who could use it. Maybe that's just me. There's just not enough swordy counters. Maybe Fox is going to be the almighty character now because he didn't get touched for some reason. It's going to be an interesting patch to say the least, and I feel like this could change the meta quite a bit. For now, I'll say it's a good patch, but I'm going to sit on that to see how the meta develops. If we get the swordy meta, I'm out. Yeah, that's all I have to say on this patch though. Interesting, but could be bad in the long run. Thank you for watching and peace out.